Hello, YouTube. How are you? Welcome to my Saturday Live. Yee! Ooh, I could say Saturday Live, kind of like Saturday Night Live, but I'm not that funny. Anyway, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is always good to see everybody. I love my lives. It's just a chance to come on here and just be me. I don't have to read from a script. I don't have to think about where my cameras are. I just get to come on here and just connect with y'all for for 20, 30 minutes, however long this conversation lasts. Welcome, everyone. So, today's episode, today's live is we're looking back to where I was a year ago. And a year ago, this time, I had walked away from my corporate job. And that was a huge, scary decision for me. I have to tell you, I did my job and I did it well for many years. Hello, Gail, how are you? And, it was a big step. Oh my gosh. I still think back at it. I'm like, oh my gosh, how scary was that? Um, but I decided that I was no longer happy doing what I was doing. And just so y'all know, what I was doing is I was an escrow officer. And what an escrow officer is that I took care of all the paperwork, all the money, all the contracts for real estate transactions. So, regardless if you were a buyer or a seller or if you were refinancing your home, I did all the paperwork. And just imagine me in corporate life. I had the three screens, I had my headset, I was texting my clients and I was just like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was still fully tattooed. I still had my own style, but a bad I was a boss. I really just took care of my desk. I took care of my clients. And I really liked that job until the pandemic hit. And once the pandemic hit and the real estate industry just went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, it seems like everybody with the pandemic kind of lost their finger they just lost their niceness. Everybody was rude, everybody was just like, it was horrible, and it was busy, and I got COVID. I actually got COVID the 2020. So when COVID came out, I got it, and I still had to work from home. I had a raging fever, I was sick, but there was nobody to cover my desk, so I was still working from home. So, by the time I got past that, and things were just constantly just super stressful, I woke up one morning and I figured out I wasn't happy. I just was not a happy person. I was a successful person, but I wasn't a happy person. And I was always telling my sons, I was like, live your dream, sell everything you have, buy a van, travel across the country, do whatever you want. Life is too short. Don't let don't let your don't let yourself stop you. And then I woke up one morning and I'm like, wow, Lonnie, you know what? You're not living your own self. You're not living your truth. I mean, you're going to work every day and you're making excuses to not do what you want to do. So I woke up one day, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. You know what? I'm just going to plug my nose and jump into the deep end. And that's exactly what I did. I gave them my notice and I was gone. I told them originally, I gave them like a 3-month notice because I wanted them to find somebody to replace me, um, and to be able to take care of my clients. And I just found that I was just a number. They didn't give a rat's behind about me. They just didn't care. So I'm like, okay, 3 months turned into a month, and then a month turned into 2 weeks, and finally I'm like, you know what, you have until the end of the week, and I'm gone. And I walked out of there March 1st. I was no longer gainfully employed and I was a full-time social media content creator. And tell you about rolling the big fuzzy dice. It was like, okay, Lonnie. I woke up that morning and I'm like, what are you going to do now? And I'm like, yeah, I have no idea. What are you going to do? And I'm like, I have no idea. And so, probably for the first couple of months, it was a real just kind of like, I had no idea. I didn't really have a really good structure of what I was planning on doing. I was just kind of shooting from the hip, as you could say. So I decided to do like some side hustle things. And some of them worked and some of them did not. And that's one of the things I wanted to tell you about is like, if you look back at my videos this time last year, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm an Amazon influencer. And I still am an Amazon influencer, but it's a lot tougher than you think, and I've gotten in trouble a couple of times, and because, um, you know me, I'm always getting in trouble, but it's just really hard for me with my platform, it's really hard to sit here and be like, um you need to buy this because I say so, and just buy it. I only want to tell, I only tell you all about products that I actually use and I actually like, and that doesn't really make me the best um like associate for them because a lot of times it's like I'll see other people and they have like half of Amazon on there and they're like buy this, buy this, buy this. And it was kind of it didn't settle right with me, let's just put it that way. So, I still have my storefront and I still add to it, but I didn't really vibe with the whole, like, "This is my platform, and I'm gonna be, a salesperson for Amazon." You know what? Just the way it turned out, just who I am. So then I'm like, "Okay, great. That didn't really pan out the way I wanted it to." So I returned to my Poshmark, and I did a lot of Poshmark. I would go, 2, 3 times a week. I would go to the thrift store. I would find really cute things, and I would sell it on Poshmark. Well, something happened with their algorithm or something happened with that app, period, but nothing would sell. And I'm like, "Okay, great. I invested all of this money thinking that, I was doing this great service of finding all these cute clothes, but nothing was selling." And then apparently they switched it to where, if you're on Poshmark, the only way you're gonna sell anything is to go live. And so you're gonna be like, "I have this top and it's for $5. Any bidders?" And then you're like, "Okay, well, now I have this top and it is for $4. Any bidders?" And that's not me. You know what? I'm not an auctioneer. So that didn't work out. And I actually wrote off my Poshmark and I'm closing that one out. It's just not for me. So, okay. So, you know what? I started my social media career. Those are my two side hustles that didn't work. I am on TikTok. I have over 1 million followers on TikTok, and that is just a constant struggle. With TikTok comes a very kind of weird dance. And I love my platform. I mean, my followers are great. They are very, very loyal and they're great. They're great. But TikTok is no longer what TikTok used to be a year ago. A year ago in the creator club, you could make you could make a little side you could make some side money on their videos, and that's completely wiped out. And it seems like with that app, it's all like fan supportive, they want you to pay for to promote your videos, and then it's a lot, like I said, they want your fans to basically support you. Like again, I'm like, that's not really what I'm here for. I don't want to be. There's a lot of creators out there that are very good at selling themselves. I'm like, I don't really like that. And then I'm on Instagram, and then I get a little bit there. So it's been kind of an eye-opening experience of me going through this like visions of what I think is going to work, visions of what didn't work. Again, I kind of had it all wrapped up in my head that it was like, okay, if I'm doing this full time, by this time I'm going to be here, or this time I'm going to be here. And I have had substantial growth, and I am very thankful for everything in my substantial growth. But it has been where, what, I've had to kind of bob and weave with life. And I look at where I'm at now, a year ago this time, where I was at thinking what would work, and what hasn't worked, and going forward as to what I think will work. And I have to tell you, out of all my platforms, my most enjoyable platform is YouTube. I absolutely love making videos. And, I just really wanna make the best quality video I can, and I like to be engaging, and I like to be supportive, and I like to spread the message of, you can be yourself at any age. You can buzz your hair, you can wear different makeup, you can wear whatever you want, and it's been a great journey, and I'm really looking forward to going forward in my new year. I am going to just double down on YouTube. And I'm really going to concentrate on making some really good quality videos to get my message across in a way that is entertaining. Because I have done a couple of clips where, thank you for your YouTube videos. You're very welcome, Sandy. Like I said, it is an absolute pleasure and I enjoy it so much. But I want, you know, but where I'm coming from is I want my videos to be not only inspirational, but I want them to be entertaining. So I am, and like I said, I'm going to double down on my production. I'm going to double down on my message, my filming, and 100%. I mean, I am on here live on Wednesdays and Saturdays. If you all see like a YouTube that you think is interesting and you liked it or you like the way I filmed it, I cannot express enough how much I appreciate your feedback on my channel because my channel is for us. It's not just for me. This channel isn't for me to be like, oh, wow, look at me. I'm great. No, that's not me. That's 100% not where my intention and my heart lies. So if I do a video that you really like, absolutely 100% tell me. If I do one where you're like, meh, you know, I didn't really care for this part of it, or, if you could concentrate more on this, 100% your feedback is always welcomed. You can either leave me a message on my video or you can pop in on a live and leave it there. But again, this is like something that is really super important to me that I keep this constant communication with you as my platform. So I'm really looking forward to, like I said, being creative. I have a question. How is your journey with Christ? Melanie, I have a very good relationship with God. So, and that's just something that I keep my channel as very how can I put this? As open to everybody. And that's just the whole thing. It's like there are certain areas of my life that I don't talk a whole lot about because I feel like it alienates other people. And my platform and my message is for everybody across every single walk of life. So, it is one of the reasons why I don't, like I said, I don't talk about certain things. And so, but if you're worried about that, you got nothing to worry about. And so I really am looking forward to kicking up my I'm really looking forward to kicking up my message and again my videos and my production because like I always say at the end of the day we can only be us. We're only given one shot at this. We have one life to live and it really makes me sad to think that we have so much negativity thrown upon us that sometimes we just don't allow ourselves to appreciate who we are as individuals. Because I have to tell you, I've started my whole makeup journey and I absolutely am embracing this and love this. But I am not going to, for a minute, not let you know that when I'm sitting here and I'm putting on my makeup and I look at my face and I see my fine lines and I see my wrinkles and I see my skin in places on my face that it wasn't usually there before. Sometimes I have to step back and be like, wow, you know what? You're 58 years old, Lonnie, and your skin is 58 years old. And I, at that moment, when I'm having that mental conversation with myself, I have two choices. I can be like, ugh, you know, okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to get into that debate with you because, like I said, we're going to keep this as a very open channel. Um, but I have 2 choices at that time that, I can either be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm way older than I used to be," or I could look at myself and I could be like, "Wow, you know what? I am the best version of me that I can be at this moment," and that's the message. That is the message that I wanna get out, and that's the message that I want you all to tell yourselves every single day when you're looking in the mirror and the person looking back at you is no longer that 20-year-old person. It is that gift that I want to give you every single day. And that is my gift that I am going to concentrate on every single day going forward in 2023 as a full-time content creator on YouTube. Yay! So like I said, in looking back, I think some things in my social media journey have worked, some things have not. Poshmark, you know what? If you want to be a reseller, that's perfectly fine, but it takes a lot. It takes a lot of time. And the whole vibe has changed. Just be prepared to have to go live. I'm an Amazon influencer. I'm still an Amazon influencer. I still have my storefront. I just don't feel as pro- I don't feel like I really want to just tell you about that every single day. And then TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Pinterest, you name it, I am on there. And that's right. Accept yourself, the age you are now. Thanks, Lonnie. You're very welcome. And you know what? And that's the important thing because no matter, okay, so let's just say I look at myself and I'm like, I don't want to be 58. I don't want this skin. I want young skin. I want this. I'm not going to be happy at what I see in the mirror. Not one thing is going to change that. I'm never going to be 20 again. I'm never going to be 25 again. I'm never going to be 30 again. And I'm perfectly okay with that because I'm happier at 58 than I was ever at any of those ages. So it is such a wasted emotion and it is such a waste of time wishing that we were something else other than we were. You know, do I wish I was a 6 foot supermodel married to a rock star? Yeah, that would be awesome. Am I? No. Am I upset about it? No, it's just not who I am. It's not my lot in life, you know it. And there's no reason for me to spend any of my energy wishing I was anything other than what I am. So again, it's a constant dialogue. Um, it's a constant message that I feel compelled to just keep on spreading that message. And it again is a complete honor to do so. And I have learned so much about makeup. And I have had so much fun experimenting with that because that's one thing that, besides my nose ring, because I always told myself my nose was too big to have a nose ring. Besides that, I always told myself that I couldn't do makeup, fancy makeup tricks were for somebody else. Fancy makeup techniques were for somebody else. And now I tell myself, no, you know what, Lonnie? You can do them. You might not do them right the first time, but you can do them. And again, that's my message for all of you. And that's why I do these videos because I want you to see that if I can do them, if I can get past that message that I've been telling myself that I couldn't, then that you can, if you're telling yourself that, you can stop telling yourself that and get past that. No, no, we have fun with makeup. Absolutely. I am learning so much. I mean, who knew that a bronzer and a concealer was different than a primer, that, you put your makeup on in layers and there's all sorts of things you can do for your skin. I mean, I I'm new to all of this and it's been a lot of fun. And just looking back at this year in a whole, I wouldn't change anything. I'm not a big person about going back and changing time. Um, I will, like I said, I wouldn't change the past, but I am going to be doing different things in the future. And I'm super excited to try these new videos that I've been working on. And like I said, I'd really appreciate your feedback on them. whether you tell me here live or on the video itself. But there's going to be a whole lot more production value going into them. And I'm excited to try it. So, you know what? Indy's excited. I'm excited. We have a lot of exciting things coming in 2023. So I cannot wait to share them with you. Um, you are stunning. Your videos have helped me so much. Shima, I am so happy about that. And you know what? It's so funny because it's like, I don't know. If you looked at me, you'd be like, oh my gosh, she is the most confident person I've ever met. And sometimes, I mean, truthfully, what makes me confident is your feedback. What makes me confident is knowing that by me pushing past my insecurities, help you. And so every time I push past a barrier and every time I try something new, I feel like not only am I trying to help encourage you, but I'm helping encouraging myself. And it's been a really cool part of my social media journey that I didn't realize was going to happen. I had no idea starting this how much more confident I would be and how much more I would learn about myself. And so I always say, whether you want to do this for a living or you just want to do social media, I think it's a really cool tool to have to help with your own insecurities. Because I mean, and trust me, not every comment is kind. I have a lot of mean comments, but the only thing that does is it doesn't stop me. It just reaffirms the fact that I am making noise and I'm making a difference. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm making people think, and that's perfectly fine because that's what I want to do. I want to be that voice of like, hey, you know what? She seemed to be okay with it. Or I want to be that person where it's like, ooh, I kind of made that person uncomfortable. And I'm like, that's what I do. I make people think, and it's cool. So, good, bad, or indifferent, I take each comment, each video, each episode, each experience with a grain of salt. And it's been really fun. It's been fun. It's been a great year. I mean, and I have had some pretty icky things happen. I mean, I lost Liberty, my 13-year-old pit bull, but now I have little Miss Indy, and she is quite the handful. If you've seen any of my videos and you've seen her bum rush me, she pretty much does that every moment of the day. If she's awake, she's like, hey, mom, you and I are best friends, and we are going to spend every waking moment together. And I love her. So while on one hand, I was really sad that I lost Liberty, on the other hand, I'm so blessed to have Indy. And, I've had my ups and downs and personal things, but that's life. Life isn't meant to be perfect. And it's when we take these ups and downs and we just take them and we either learn from them or grow from them or just be proud of ourselves for getting past them. That's where I think that life becomes really cool. And it's pushing past those barriers that I think I'm most proud of. Hey Lonnie, love your makeup today. Give Indy a big hug. Stacy, I will. I definitely will. And my makeup today is part of a video that I'm working on that is going to be coming out really soon. So I can't give you too much information on it, but it's going to be super fun. Oh, what the heck? No, I can't tell you. I can't tell you because I'm really super excited about this new kind of thing I'm doing. So once I post the video, I will come live and we'll talk about it. But until then, you're just going to have to be excited and wait. Because if it turns out in my mind the way I want it to, it's going to be fun, entertaining, educational, and just all around good time. So I can't wait for that. Nope, nope, and nope. So let's see what else. And that's about it. This was just my Saturday sit down. And I have been doing my lives like talking about a specific subject. But I actually think I like my lives better just kinda letting it be organic and kinda just having an open discussion because I don't know if you've noticed this or not, but I really am okay with talking. I talk really well, and sometimes people are like, "Oh my gosh, how do you do live so well?" I'm like, "I'm just a talker." I'll talk all day long. I'll sit here and ramble as long as y'all wanna listen to me ramble, I'll definitely do that. But I love my organic lives. And again, probably the biggest takeaway from my year is how much I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. Every comment I get, every like I get, I see every single one of them. I apologize so much if I cannot respond to all of them, but I really do try. And I always say, and I'm gonna say it right now, but without you, there would be no me. And I really strive to keep that philosophy because never is the day that I wanna come on here and have it be more about me than about you. I mean, I never want it to be where this is the me show, it needs to be the us show, because as I grow and experience life at 58, I want you to do the same thing. I want you to grow and experience your life at whatever stage you are. So, with that said, I am going to go finish. I'm going to go do a little bit more filming for this exciting video that I keep telling you about. I am working on one that's coming out tomorrow or Monday, and I'm going to revisit my hand tattoo because my hand tattoo is just about a year. And I have some footage of me getting my hand tattoo. So I'm going to show that and just basically how it is healed in a year. So I'm excited about that one. And you know what? I'm just excited. I'm an excitable person. What can I say? So I'm gonna go work on my video, go hang out with Indy. She needs her walk before it starts raining again because California, I gotta tell you, we spent so many decades in a drought that now I cannot believe how much rain we're getting. But I will be back on Wednesday. And you all, Danny and Shima, Stacy, Melanie, Gail, if you all are still here, thank you so much for joining my live. Thank you for my comments. Have a great weekend, and I will see you all on Wednesday.